Earlier, Wolfred called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait, what are you saying? What I'm saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself out of here, it can't be all of you at once. We earn our way back one by one, or not at all. But I swore we'd go free together. We may go free together yet, but it's going to take time, and this is only the first phase. You, Hedwyn, and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here's how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend Mount Elodiel, there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured it's made the journey many times. Next, we'll pass through the Scribes' Gate. He said the scribes themselves keep watch over the Scribes' Gate. The judgment of the scribes determines who can cross and who is sent the fast way down. Only the worthy pass through there, as your reader could attest, if he did not merely skim the chapter of the book. Afterwards, we'll reach the Fall of Solium, one of the downside's celestial landmarks. The temple at the highest point of the downside exists to honor the 8 scribes. Meet our adversaries in the rites. They are to be the Tempers, a mighty triumvirate that has been the closest rival of the Nightwings, led by the demon Ignatius, the notorious demon leader of the most feared triumvirates in the rites. You'll know him when you see him. Both you and they shall choose someone from your respective ranks. Then, once one of the triumvirates prevails, their somebody will be whisked home to the Commonwealth. Whisked home to the Commonwealth? Precisely. Once returned, our somebody is taken in and clothed and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about this? The same Commonwealth that says a sentence into exile is forever and freedom from the downside is impossible. Many of these details the scribes themselves wish to be kept secret. Former exiles and the leaders of the Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect those secrets as well. So then, that's it. We climb the mountain, someone goes back, and everyone else stays? For most of those participating in the rites, yes, that's it. But I like your connotation, and indeed, for us, that isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it shall be just a step along our path. However, let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength. We'll talk again on our way up. Wolfred leaves the rest of you to consider what he said. You have time for your vocations. At dawn, you shall begin your ascent. All right. Let's see here. Who is lowest? I think it's still Pamitha, so let's give her another mentoring. Why, certainly, reader darling. How good of you to ask. Stop flirting with me. I don't know how to handle it. You and Pamitha go over her understanding of her aura. The aura is an exile's wrongdoing manifest during the rites as an aura. Contact with an opposing exile's aura banishes the trespasser from this plane. In its connection to her presence, both physical and spiritual, the discussion proves informative. She levels up. All in all, having to unlearn everything I've learned is going somewhat faster than I expected. So let's give her Fell Swoop. While casting her aura, Pamitha can trigger an aura burst that banishes nearby adversaries. Pressed O again just after casting. That sounds fun. Let's do that. We all have auras all the time, I think. We just can't see them. I still need an answer or not if I'm a furry for liking this. And that's one thing this book doesn't have. It doesn't have information on my status. Mount Elodiel, you have not been to this region yet. Wolfred states that your ascent to the mount shall begin here. Oh. Ooh. Look at that. The pinks. That's really pretty. Alright. We see our star marks all over the place in the architecture here. We're getting closer to the Scribes' Gate. Here before you lies Mount Elodiel, stretching far beyond your line of sight. Somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape the downside. Your companions gather round again before Wolfred, who stands tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand, you sense a tension in the air. Now then, you all have many questions, no? I've done a lot of talking, so go on, ask away. There is only silence. One question stands out in your mind, which you refrain from asking yet. If only one of you is to go free at first, who shall it be? Go on now, don't be shy. Who first? Questions? Why us? Why you indeed, madam? That I can explain. You've seen the sort of you stand against as adversaries in the rites. What is it that they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle for it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom and some cushy new responsibilities. Perhaps then they'll have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped this place via the rites. It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honor those ones who lived to redeem their transgressions. They have a certain wisdom, do they not? Ooh. Readjust my feet here. Ugh. Controller unplugged, one moment. There we go. But as for you, I have been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for somebody appropriate to show up and to listen. So I planted, it's a good tree joke. I planted many little eyes and ears throughout this land, whispering hints of this, absurd as it may sound. It took someone with a certain faith and creativity to go for it. That someone proved to be Headwind over there. He was tasked with seeking 2 trustworthy allies, an old buried wagon and a reader. He was invited to bring others for the ride, all different sorts, gather enough help, and he and his friends could be free. Long story, but you know much of the rest. So then, why you? Because I've reason to believe you're not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's old hand. The rites, as you have seen, are quite exclusive. You are imposters in this little party. You could be the ones to break it up. Now then, more questions. Your head is beginning to spin. You can excuse yourself or keep listening. Yeah, let's keep listening. Wilfred's explanation are a lot to take in, though you feel compelled to absorb as much of what he's willing to tell you at this point. He prompts for further questions when Jody raises her voice again. Hold, you mistook my meaning. I understand your plan. Still, I wish to know why us. Why are we, among all others, chosen for this liberation rite? On a blooded moon, on the fall of Solium, an exile from the prevailing triumvirate shall go free. The anointed champion then shall plunge into the shimmer pool and return in glory. Ah, I see. Well, but that is simple, really, madam. You are chosen. You are qualified, I should say, because, as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain. Though in this case the expression is quite literally true. When the 8 created the rites, each of them anointed certain other exiles to participate on their behalf, exiles who showed some promise of redemption. The triumvirates they formed have stood the test of time, replenishing their numbers as their individuals moved on or passed on. You've met them as they are today, the accusers, the withdrawn, and so on. The 8 scribes also formed a special group against which all the others would be judged. That group they called the Nightwings. That's us. You bear their books, wear their masks and raiments. You need but show up to the rites, you see. The others erstwhile jockey for position for a chance to take you on. So we will always be in the Liberation Rites. Other people have to earn it. Yeah, well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up? Then you would deny yourself a chance at freedom, and deny it also to your adversaries. Victory means nothing in a common rite then? Participation is all that matters? Not so, madam. Only the enlightened may regain their freedom, while failure can be an excellent teacher. Aha, I've said that many times. The scribes do favor the victor. So you see, those who do not conduct the rites or do not prevail in them sufficiently, they may find themselves barred from the liberation rites. But these are technicalities. Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then, no one has gone free. Yet still the other triumvirates pressed on with fleeting hope that one day you'd be back. It's been a heavy price to pay in all of this. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll talk again some other time. So because we haven't been participating, no one's been able to go free. So that explains a lot of the hostility we've been experiencing. Some murmur to themselves about all this as Volfred takes his leave. Others recontour pathways leading up the mountain present you with some other options. I don't think that's a reconnoiter. I don't know that word. Some teacher I am. So we go up the Emperor's Ascent. Kay believes the 8 scribes will bless whoever goes through here. A gap through the nameless lower summits. Our Emperor's Fall. A pathway on the outskirts of Mount Elodiel's nameless lower summits. Pamitha expects some long lost valuables. Let's get some valuables. That decision had nothing to do with the fact that Pamitha suggested it. And how dare you insinuate that of me? You joined Pamitha on her brief expedition to find anything of value dropped by those who tried to scale the mountain but did not succeed. Wait, I shall be joining you. What, now I get 2 chaperones? But sure, I'm game, whatever you wingless are into. Be silent, little bird, and fetch those trinkets and be done. My, so full of bitterness. You really ought to make the most of these last precious moments that we share. And you ought not to mince your words. Oh, please, we all know you're going to be the first one out of here, so why not quit your constant frowning for a change? I, the first one out of here? Of course, it's plain the others pity you. You've been here longer than the rest of us by far. Besides maybe that Volfred, though he seems plenty happy here making his speeches. How dare you to presume nothing is decided as of yet. Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Though if by some coincidence you do end up selected for the honor, I just want you to know something. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, do hope we shall prevail on your behalf. Because that way you shall be free. Of me, at least, and I, in turn, shan't have to suffer any longer your hideous attitude towards me and everything. I hate that these characters I love are bickering and arguing. It makes me sad. At that you intervene. Yes, things were getting a little too heated. Jodie's eyes burn with fury, but then she calms herself. I shall see you at the wagon, Raider. Pamitha scoffs as Jodie storms off. Alright, you know some of that was on you, Pamitha. I swear that one. Well, moving on, there's something sparkling down there. Be right back. She swoops out of sight, leaving you alone there on the mountain. Birds do like shiny things. Pamitha soon returns with something that lay long forgotten in the rocks below. A fairy spirit. After the bear vanishes an adversary, spawn a moondrop which briefly grants infinite stamina. As fairies presumably do not exist, it is likely they came to no harm in its creation. Alright, so we got 2 more options here. The Temple High Road, first of 2 paths. Edwin expressed a passing whim to see the view. Temple Cistern, second of the 2 paths. Sir Gilman wishes to look upon the sacred waters. For Gilman! I love Gilman. His goofy attitude really speaks to me. I'm a little goofy. I'm a little silly. At long last! The worm surges towards the waters of the cistern. You decided to join him for a brief excursion there after another hard day's ride. I love that sprite so much. It might be one of my favorite things in this entire game. You find him in a shallow pool, appearing very much contented. This night, he thought he may never again feel fresh water's cool caress against his scales. He sighs, splashing about from time to time, then he turns his attention over to you. You, Master Reader, are most kind. Take with you this wayward knight. He swears to prove himself to you and to the rest. I was reading his stuff again, like going through the old footage. Like, he just reminds me of Rock Lee. I don't know what it is. He's like a little goofy, but like thinks he's super serious. I mean, you can see like the little bowl haircut on him. And it just fits. He's a goofball, but he's super lovable. He cares about the rules, about doing things honorably. I mean, I like Rock Lee a lot. One of the more fun characters from Naruto. And I love Sir Gilman, too. He knows that soon now someone may go free. He knows the choice of whom may weigh upon you heavily indeed. For it is you who ought to make the choice. Is that not so? This night he heard it from the others, so it must be true. Now listen, please, upon what little honor this knight has. This knight's penance isn't yet complete. There's much atoning to be done. So when rises the occasion to decide who ought to go free, this knight wants you to know something. Please do not choose him, not even if you wish, and not even if you can. He begs of you, allow this knight that simple dignity. That's another thing I like about Gilman. He is selfless. He will always put someone else above himself. And that's something I like to try to do too. Put other people's needs above my own. If you know someone else really needs something, it can be important to sacrifice for someone else, especially those that you care about. With that, Sir Gilman sinks into the waters. His tail waves to you to leave him be for now. Sir Gilman does not believe that he deserves his freedom yet. I'll consider it. Oh, he leveled up from that. Awesome. So grateful is this knight for such a glorious occasion that he is giving strong consideration to performing here and now the forbidden dance of the Sea Dominion. Ooh. Alright, so let's see here. After using a slash, Sir Gilman can use it again to instantly return to its previous position. That's pretty good. Sir Gilman's splash banishes adversaries in a wider effect. Let's do the quick draw. His armored scales flashed like lightning underneath the sea, and his travails traveled just as quickly. Alright. Hooray! You and your companions gather at the Scribe's Gate, where the single narrow trail to the summit narrows even more and falls under an archway carved of stone. Come along now, everyone, and be prepared to speak your mind when you are called. Frankly, most of you still lack enlightenment, but we may pass together. Much how we act is with a single heart and mind during the rites. We are all one. We're one family. Well then, lead onward, Tariq. Please follow me. Moving his hat, the lone minstrel approaches the gate. You and all the others follow. Oh, yes. Supergiant. Give me a damn break. Stop making me simp after every single freaking character. It's beginning to be an exhaustion. I'm overhydrating myself with as much water as I have to drink every single time a new hot character shows up. When the last of your companions nears the arch, you notice someone standing high above who then appears before you. She looks like she has angel wings. She is an angel. She eyes the lone minstrel first. Is that you, Tariq? It is. Greetings, Celeste. Oh, she's got a hot name, too. She watches over Scribe's Gate and seems to be connected to the lone minstrel and the rites. And how is your rest? Too long, Celeste. It seems your work has piled up in the meantime. You bring this many to the gate. Aye. Then let us make this quick. She gestures towards the rest of you. Now, each of you, in turn, state who you are and what you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Do as she says, please, without questioning. Your fellow exiles exchange glances, but quickly comply. I'll start. They call me Hedwin the Deserter. I've come here seeking freedom for myself and my companions, in my case so I can return to be the one whom I love. The woman bids him forward. The lone minstrel prompts Rookie to speak up next. I'm regarded by the name of Rookie Greentail. I just want to get out of here. I guess with my chums preferably. Go see Mama back home. I am Captain Jodariel. I do not truly know as yet what I am seeking here. Oh, my name is Kay, and I am here, I think, because of the scribes who have called to me. It must be them, because if not, then who? Squeak! Tizo seems to live up to the Nightwing's legacy and may see the Commonwealth someday. Sir Gilman of the Sea Dominion at your service. This knight is on a quest to find his honor. He lost it at a certain point. Pamitha Thane. I'm only here because my sister's here. Then as Volfred steps forward, the one called Celeste raises her voice. You, I recognize you from the Nightwings of the past. You are not clad in the raiments any longer. I would know why. I had my chance already. The Nightwings that now stand before you, I travel with them as a pilgrim now. I see. Then state where you are here, as have the others. My name is Volfred Sandalwood. I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side and bring our freedom to the people there. She waves him by. Then she turns to you, for there is no one left to go. State who you are to traverse. You are just a crippled scholar, you are an old farmhand, a war orphan, you do not know who you are. I am a crippled scholar, maybe. Here's a let's see. Try as you might, you cannot make out the details of what life was like in the Commonwealth. We'll do that one. It's vague. But vagaries can be fun. You cannot for the life of you recall a time before arriving in the downside. Details of the Commonwealth are scarce within your mind. Perhaps you wanted to forget the place. The one called Celeste continues to examine you, expecting you to add to your response. State also what you truly seek. Excuse me. You want revenge, you want to help your friends, you want true freedom. I want to see what happens. That's truly why we're doing this, just to see what happens. You just want to see your quest through to the end. You are not one to go through life examining whatever it is that you desire. You take life as it comes and are content to appreciate some of the surprises. The woman regards you for a time, then nods once and waves all of you by. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome here. Go forth with glory. And Tariq? Aye, Celeste. Be on your way as well. The lone minstrel bows his head and puts his hat back. He does not look back at her. So beautiful. So all of us were deemed worthy to pass the Scribe's Gate. From the top of Mount Elodiel, you can see the distant downside before you. You think on the many thousand leagues you crossed to reach this point as the sky grows dim. Alright, we got a new page. We got the slug market. Let's see what's going on here. Hey guys, just so you are so you're aware and all, I know how come you're here. How come you made it all the way up here? Oh, I know, alright. You're here because I got the lowest prices and all the downside, am I right? And some of the new stuff I got in stock, you're going to get a lot of value there. An awful lot. Scribe snuff. Oh, unlearn masteries and choose again. I don't think I need anything. Just not a lot of customers today. Alright, Jody, what's up? Jody appears to be prepared for whatever is to come this night. Though it is not yet dark, she is already in her raiments. Edwin soon joins her, also looking ready. Any signs of Ruki? None as yet. Complained about chafing at the collar of his mask. Our freedom might be hinging on that collar, then. I am certain that it is. They share a laugh together. The three of you exchange glances, but nothing is said or needs to be said. Soon, if Volfred is to be believed, one of your companions may regain his or her freedom. Hey, what'd I miss? Am I late? Is it starting? Is it starting yet? Easy, Rookie. We got a little time. It isn't starting yet. How fare your struggles with your mask, Greentail? Feeling a lot better, thanks. Just had to smash it repeatedly against a wall for a little bit. Put some of the old nerves to bed. There, for good measure. Though this is really happening, huh? One of us might be getting out of here, like, soon? By dawn, in fact, if all goes well. All goes well. That's one way to look at it, I guess. What are you getting at, Greentail? Well, it's just, we might be breaking up the band here, people. One of us gets out. That's been bugging me for a while now, and I thought we are all getting out of here at once. He shoots a look at you. Some of us, might be getting out of here at all. Edwin slams his fist against the wall. No, not if I can help it. We made a promise to each other, each of us, the four of us, we're all getting out of here. I care about the others too, I do, but we've been here from the start. I want you to know my promises to you, and I believe you'll do the same for me. So, it's like this. If any one of us gets out of here, great, but it's just a start. We're going to do whatever it takes there on the other side to make it so the rest of us can get back too. What, you think they're going to build a bridge down here if we ask nice or something? I don't know what it's going to take. I just know we have to try. Jody turns to you. Leader, we shall find a way. She nods to reassure you and to reassure herself. Ruki nods his head in turn. Hedwin's gaze never once falters. Well, my friends, I think it's just about time. Let's go. One by one, they turn towards the door. The fall of Solium awaits. A vital step in your quest for freedom, yet you feel in your heart that it shall only be the first. Three companions gained hope. All right, let's read the Book of Rites, and then I think we'll stop here. That way, in the next stream, we can start right away with the Liberation Rite. The mercy shown in the words of Gol. The Imp Hob and I, we helped to save my Emperor, and when the danger did subside, my Emperor Solium Mur, he said something to me, which shook me to the essence of my being. He said, "You gave your freedom, Master Gol, so that I may yet have mine. You too now are an exile of the downside, and all the days which I have left I can never repay the mercy you have shown me, so if I cannot do so in this life, then I shall do so in the next." We crossed the land together. Together with the Imp, we gained the company of those who saw in him what I did. So, more mercy. Solium Mur did not die, was given a chance of repentance, and decides to give that mercy back to others as well. It's a beautiful thing. And a beautiful sentiment to leave today on. Alright, so next time we will go straight into the Liberation Rites. We'll see who we're facing against, see which of our adversarial rival triumvirates have made it here, because they're going to be the ones that get free, not one of us. So we'll pick whoever's on our team to have like the most unique dialogue. We'll see who they're the most connected with, just so we get more interesting story out of it. So I hope to see you guys then. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to one another. Do your best to shake up the system a little bit, like Wilfred was talking about. All of us have gifts and skills, and we can change things for the better to make things better for other people, whether they're our kids, our family, our strangers. Other people deserve to have good lives, to have second chances, and to have equal standings with other people in life, and not to be persecuted or oppressed because of something that is beyond their control, or just for being them. So think about that. Think about how who you are is important and valuable, the skills that you have, and what you can do to help others. But remember to take time for yourself, too. It's important to sacrifice and give, but it's also important to take care of yourself. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time as well. Bye-bye.